Money. We all use it, think about it, worry about it. But how often do we really understand our relationship with it? We chase it, save it, invest it, spend it, and sometimes even lose sleep over it. But what if I told you that how we think about money is often more important than how much of it we have? Today, we're diving into The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, a book that turns the way we think about wealth, success, and financial decisions completely on its head. It's not about numbers, it's about mindset. This video isn't about stock tips or the latest crypto trend. Instead, we're unpacking 5 powerful, life-shifting lessons from the book, all backed by real stories, deep insights, and a few questions you might find yourself asking by the end. So, grab a pen. These 5 lessons might just change the way you think about money and how you manage it. Alright, Lesson 1, No one's crazy. Sounds simple, right? But this one blew my mind. Here's the core idea. People make financial decisions based on their own experiences, not logic, not textbook advice, but what they've lived through. Morgan Housel shares how someone who grew up during a market crash might always be cautious, while someone raised during a booming economy might be way more comfortable with risk. Both can look at each other and go, "That's insane." But to them, it's completely rational. Think about your own upbringing. Did your parents talk about money openly? Did they save obsessively? Were things tight growing up? That shaped you more than you probably realize. Someone who lived through the 2008 financial crisis might avoid the stock market entirely, even if the numbers say it's safe over the long term. Is that irrational? Maybe, but it makes emotional sense. Understanding that everyone's playing their own version of the financial game helps you have more empathy and stops you from copying strategies that may not fit your life. This lesson emphasizes that financial behaviors often appear irrational or crazy at first glance, but they make sense when viewed through an individual's personal context. Housel illustrates this with stories of different people's financial decisions shaped by their unique experiences, backgrounds, and socioeconomic conditions. For instance, an individual from a wealthy family may have a different perception of risk compared to someone who experienced poverty. Recognizing this variance allows for more empathy and better understanding of others' financial decisions. Lesson 2. Luck and risk are siblings, and trust me, this one is humbling. Housel tells the story of Bill Gates and Kent Evans, 2 brilliant kids in the same school. Gates became one of the richest people in history. Kent tragically died in a mountaineering accident as a teen. Same potential, different outcome. Why? Luck and risk. Life is not a level playing field. Some people get lucky breaks, others hit invisible walls. And the more we recognize that, the more balanced and forgiving we become in how we view success and failure. On the flip side, people who take huge risks and fail, we often judge them too harshly, forgetting that risk means sometimes things just don't work out. Has there ever been a time in your life when you were just in the right place at the right time? Or maybe the opposite, when something you couldn't control threw your plans off course? Housel articulates the critical relationship between luck and risk in financial outcomes. He uses the story of Bill Gates, whose access to a school computer afforded him unique opportunities, contrasting it with Kent Evans, a talented peer whose tragic death prevented him from realizing his potential. This teaches that while hard work is essential, we often underestimate the role of luck in success. This understanding fosters humility, acknowledging that someone's success might not solely be attributable to their efforts can change how we view our failures and others' triumphs. This lesson teaches humility. Success is not just hard work, and failure is not just lack of effort. There's always more to the story. Lesson 3. Let's talk about compounding, aka the quiet superhero of personal finance. Housel says compounding is like planting a tree. At first, it looks like nothing's happening, but wait a few years, and boom, you've got shade, fruit, maybe even a whole orchard. Take Warren Buffett. He's known as one of the best investors ever. But here's what people miss. Most of his wealth came after he turned 50. Why? Because he started young and stayed consistent. The math of compounding makes sense. But the psychology? That's the hard part. We're wired to want quick results. But compounding rewards patience. What are you doing today that might not pay off for years, but will be totally worth it? Whether it's investing, learning a new skill, or building a business, slow, steady, consistent action wins. Start early, stay consistent, don't stop. Compounding isn't sexy, but it's powerful. It rewards the long game. Compounding is highlighted as a powerful and often underappreciated tool for wealth accumulation. Housel likens investing to planting trees. The growth is often not visible in the short term, but can yield significant returns in the long run. By comparing Warren Buffett's wealth accumulation, 84% of his fortune was made after turning 50, he emphasizes that sustained and consistent investing over time surpasses aggressive but short-lived strategies. This lesson illustrates patience and long-term thinking in finance, advocating for regular investing to capitalize on compounding. Lesson 4. Getting rich and staying rich are two completely different skill sets. Getting rich often takes bold moves, confidence, maybe even a little luck. But staying rich, that takes humility, caution, and good old-fashioned risk management. Housel shares stories like Jesse Livermore, who made millions in the stock market, then lost everything. Why? Overconfidence, no safety net, no discipline. On the flip side, people who stay rich usually play defense. They avoid lifestyle creep. They save even when they don't need to. They protect what they've built. Have you ever made a financial decision that felt exciting in the moment, but in hindsight, maybe wasn't the smartest long-term move? Aggression might get you in the game, but humility keeps you in it. Wealth that lasts is built on survival, not speed. Housel draws a distinction between the skills required to acquire wealth and those necessary to maintain it. Stories of Jesse Livermore and Abraham Germansky expose that many who quickly gain wealth often lose it due to reckless behavior and a lack of understanding of risk management. In contrast, those who remain cautious and frugal, even if slower to build wealth, tend to sustain it better. This insight serves as a crucial reminder that maintaining wealth requires a different mental framework focused on long-term survival rather than short-term gains. All right, final and maybe the deepest lesson, the power of enough. Housel shares a moment between authors Joe Heller and Kurt Vonnegut. Vonnegut tells Heller that a hedge fund guy made more in one day than Heller made from Catch-22. Heller shrugs and says, "But I have something he'll never have. Enough." That line? It sticks. Look at people like Rajat Gupta or Bernie Madoff, hugely successful, but it wasn't enough. And that hunger for more ruined them. The constant chase for more, money, status, validation, can drive us into decisions that aren't just risky, but deeply unsatisfying. What's your version of enough? When would you feel truly content? Not rich by someone else's standards, just okay by your own? Knowing what enough looks like for you can protect you from burnout, bad decisions, and the endless race that never really ends. Final thoughts. What does enough really mean? We often think of wealth as a number, a dollar amount, a bank balance, a net worth calculation. But what Morgan Housel teaches us in The Psychology of Money is this: wealth isn't just what you see, it's what you don't see. It's not the flashy car, it's not the vacation photos. True wealth is the freedom not to worry, the ability to sleep peacefully at night, the confidence to say no to things that don't align with your values, the space to spend time with people you love without checking your bank account every time you do. Real wealth is invisible. It's the peace of mind that comes from living below your means. It's the quiet power of having enough and meaning it. When you stop chasing what others define as success, you start building a life that actually feels successful to you. This book doesn't give you a blueprint for how to beat the market. It gives you something more important, a mindset that helps you make decisions you won't regret. 10 days from now, 10 years from now, or when you look back at your life as a whole. Because financial success isn't just about numbers. It's about self-awareness. It's about values. It's about choosing peace over pressure. And it's about remembering that sometimes the best investment you can make is in your own clarity. So if there's one takeaway from all of this, let it be this: redefine wealth, not as what you can show, but what you can sustain. Not as what makes others impressed, but what makes you feel grounded, free, and whole. That's real wealth. And it might just start with one quiet, powerful word: enough. Thanks for tuning in. If this message resonated with you, give it a like, subscribe for more thoughtful content, and share it with someone you care about. Money is personal, but you don't have to navigate it alone. Stay curious, be kind to yourself, and remember, you just might already have enough. Until next time, be wise, be patient, and remember, you might